Yay. It kept switching to portrait on me. I'm sorry. I needed it landscape. But I'm here and we're ready to go. I'm going to call it up on all my many devices. All right. The first one I took down because it was the wrong way. All right. All right. And I figured out through a group I'm in, oh, Lord, what's this saying? That to get my sentiments up, or my comments up, I have to tap the circle with my face in it. Hey, Barb. Come on. Okay. Nope. I'm looking for my group now. Maybe I need to switch. There I am. Oh, man. All these things going on, changes and everything else. Hey, Janice. But I got it all straight. I'm up on the computer and I'm up on my iPad and I can see comments this week because I did it the right way. Facebook just loves to do those kinds of things to you. I had it do the strangest thing to me the other night. Somebody had sent me a message and we've been chatting back and forth. And it said, the message that I got was where the message from the person should have been said, "This message cannot be displayed. Your browser is not supported." I went, I've been using this browser forever. So it was like, holy cow. It was crazy. But I finally got it back. It's like, come on, Facebook, quit messing around with things. I know everybody else feels the same way. Okay. So I ran across this idea and I thought it would be fun to try and share it with you. Because we all have stencils and we all have watercolor pencils, watercolor markers. I'll get it yet. So this was a fun one. Hey, Sharon, this was a fun one. You can, and when I do it, I will tell you where you can stop if you don't have these other things. I'm going to take it up a notch for those people who have tons of supplies and want to find a different way to use them. So we'll see how it goes. I am mixing markers. I am using my Stampin' Up! Because they're water-based. And I pulled in Altenews Artistry markers. They're dual tip pens. This one is Zanzibar. I needed yellow and a blue and it had it. Or orange and blue, and orange is Snapdragon, and the blue that I'm using is Ocean Waves because I needed those. These are supposed to be watercolor. We'll find out. This may not work. It may be a total flop, but we'll see. But I thought, oh, this is going to be fun, and it can be messy. I don't think it's going to be, but we'll find out. Let's see, what else is going on? We have a beautiful day here. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. We need the rain, so it'd be nice to have a little bit. We'll see if it works, and hopefully we'll get a little bit. We had so much before, and now it's it's been a while since we've had some, so it'd be nice to have a little bit of rain. Not a lot, a little bit. All right. Now, I'm going to get ready. It's time to turn this around. Don't open your eyes till I say so. I'm playing with my holder because it's out to get it close enough. It's out too far and I'm off camera a lot. So give me a minute to see if I can get this figured out. Because once I flip it, all right. I'm going to move it so I can see. Okay. Let's see if it's close enough. I'm waiting for it to come up on my... All right, let's go a little closer. Okay, let's try this and see. You can open your eyes now. All right. All right, so I said I was going to use markers. I've got red, orange, yellow, purple, and blues. I'm doing my own thing. We'll see if it works. This was done with mixed media paper. It's really heavy, and you need to use that because you're going to use water, and mixed media paper will take it. I got this from scrapbook.com. This is the 6x8, which is great because if I cut it in half, I get 2 panels. It's longer than I needed, but I'm not worried about it. We'll see. All right, I do have a plastic mat down here, and for the second part, I have some plastic wrapper so I can put my paste and all on it. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to go at an angle like this. I'm going to take this stencil, and I'm using a lighter marker, and I'm just going to put dots all over. Now, if you have dot markers, go for it. I don't. So I'm just putting dots. And I'm doing this because I want some background. This doesn't have a body, so I needed a body. But you take and you put dots, and they don't have to be perfect, because you're going to put water on it. And all right, so that's my background. I'm going to move those out of the way. Now I'm going to put this up here, and I'm going to line this up as best I can. All right, and this is where I'm going to use, okay, I think that'll do it. This is where I'm going to use my blue and purple. So I have this one, which is Gorgeous Grape. I didn't want so much purple, so that's the reason why I used the lighter one. I can't get in the hole. Okay. It's really not hard, and it's not time consuming either. All right, I probably should have had a mat to hold it in place because I just moved it. All right, let's see. The advantage is it doesn't matter if it lines up, because once you spray the water, and now this is where this marker is going to come into play, and we'll see how they blend. It may not work. I may not be able to get in it. I've never opened them. Whew. Man, I've never had a marker that hard to open. All right, let's see. I don't know if you could use full solid lines. Now, these aren't going to line up perfectly, so that's why I'm going over that other dots at the bottom. If you have a bigger image, this would be great. The lady that did this had a large butterfly, and I just looked in my stamps to see what I had. All right, got to get some blue over here. So I'm just going to put dots. And like I said, I'm not. All right. Now, I have never had markers that tight. Man, if you have hand issues, that may not be a marker for you. All right, I'm going to move these out of the way because now I'm going to spritz this with water. And it's going to bleed. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of dry it some. All right. This didn't turn out the way I thought it would, but that's okay. All right, now I'm going to dry this. I'm holding it quite a ways away because I don't want it to push the ink around too much. I wanted more blue to show up, but it's not showing up, so. And I know this is right next to my camera. I'm sorry, because I can't. I don't want it pooling on the edge. There we go. That's better. It's getting there. All right, I'm going to heat it from the back. I got to go off camera because if I tilt it, the ink is going to dry, or run rather. Almost. That little bit there. All right. I have it dry. I'm going to take I'm going to do I have some baby wipes sitting here that had dried. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's on the other side. I don't know. All right, I've got this dry, and it needs to be perfectly dry. And I'm going to take my stencil, and I'm going to wipe it off because I don't want any ink on it. And you have to kind of get both sides in case it bleeds through. All right, now I've got that dry. So all right, now here's the fun. You can stop at this, and what I would suggest is you could take and once you get this dry, if you don't have the next part, I would take my stencil, put it back on my butterfly, and go back in and put dots on it again. And you could hit it with water again to do it. I'm going to take it a little further, and I am going to take some tape this time once I get it figured out where it goes. And you may find that this works. All right, I've got to catch the bottom. Ooh, I can't do that. That hides my, I want to catch the paper because I don't want the paper to move either. If you have more time, if you let this dry naturally, it'll dry flat. But if you don't, you can take and run it through your, and I might need to do that. Let me try that. Run your paper through your embossing machine, and it will flatten it. So let's see. I've heard this works. We'll find out if it does. So I'm going to run this through because I need it flat. I ran it through and then I'm pulling it back. All right. It worked. Woohoo! Try something new and sometimes it works. I love doing new things with you guys because you guys are always so forgiving and saying, oh, it's perfect. It's so cute. All right, so we've got that. Now, here's what I need this for. I am using translucent embossing paste. So I'm going to take some. All right, here's my thing. I'm going to take some and I'm going to put it on here. And the reason I'm using this is when I'm done, I can throw it away. Save your packaging for these kinds of things. Now I'm going to take some glitter, and this is, it's called, I don't know how much is in there. It's from Art Glitter Glue, and it's ultra fine. It's angel dust, but it's also transparent. So hopefully this will work. I know that my embossing paste dries clear. Let's see, how much? Yeah, I think I need a little bit more glitter. I like glitter, and I like it to sparkle. All right. So any translucent embossing paste, and you want it to dry clear because then the color will show through. All right, and now that I have my mixture, I'm going to hold it down and I'm going to spread it across my butterfly. Hopefully I have enough. And hopefully you have to be careful not to get it. I've got it down there and then I'm going to wipe off. All right. Okay. I'm going to wipe off my palette knife because I'm going to use it again for the next one. I'm going to take this off. All right. I'm trying not to rip my paper. All right, now, that you can't see anything right now. I'm going to get rid of this before I put something in it because it's wet. All right, I have to put this in water because if I don't, it'll harden on there and that won't be good. All right. All right, hopefully this will dry and it's off slightly. So, but if you want to, hey Betty Ann, it's going to be clear and sparkly, but you won't see anything till it dries. Now I'm going to set this aside. We're going to do the next one, and hopefully that will have dried some by the time we finish the next one. I'm going to wipe this off. All right, here's my next card. All right, and this time I'm going to use a flower. I do have a, what do I want to say? I have this one. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. We'll find out. Okay, so I'm going to put this on. First thing I'm going to do is tape my paper in place. All right. I'm going to add this. And this, oops, 2 pieces there. And the other one I'm going to put over here. If you have a sticky mat, you could use that. I just forgot to grab mine. So I knew I wanted to protect my surface. All right, for this one, we're going to use yellow, orange, and red. And I'm going to start with my yellow. And I'm going to add some dots in the middle. And then I'm going to go here. Like so. Then I'm going to take orange. Now, this is the same one. Oh, this one came off so much easier. I don't know why that other one wouldn't come off. I'm only going to add a few to the center, but I'm going to add more here. Maybe I need a lot more. And then I'm going to go up in here and add some. Mainly red on the outside. But I am throwing in some orange to kind of give it a different tone. You could see her dots with the dot markers. I think the key is working fast. So all right, now I'm going to go in with the red. Okay, I don't have to do that. And then we're going to do the same thing here. I probably could have tried this one with lines rather than the dots. And maybe I didn't put enough dots. I'm really curious to see that other one. It's not showing up as much as I like. I'm thinking I might go back over it with the stencil and maybe trace around the edges. Okay, here we go. All right. Now I'm going to leave this one. I don't want it to pool on the sides. It gets really dark when you do that. So I'm kind of wiping it up. All right, let me get my heat tool. See how the heat tool moves the ink around? And again, once I get it dry, I'll run it through the embossing machine and take some of the I need to pick this up. Let's heat it from the back. I'm going to move over here to heat from the back because I've got quite a bit of water on this one side. Woohoo! That thing is hot, hot, hot. See how much water's over here still? That's why if you heat it from the back, it helps dry it some. Okay. You can dry your powders with your heat tool, but sometimes your embossing paste, sometimes that stuff will take and bubble up, and I don't want it to bubble up. We'll check it. Okay, let me run this through my die cutting machine to flatten it, and we'll go on to the next part. This one I kind of lost the shape on it. All right, now I gotta wipe this off. Oh, no, that's not the one. This one. All right. See, I'm not too inky yet. Yeah, see, we lost our shape quite a bit with this one. But I think it'll work out okay. All right, I'm gonna put it here, here. It may not have been lined up like all the rest. That's still not laying flat like I would like it. Hang on, I'm gonna run it through sideways. See if that will flatten it some too. I had it on there wrong. That's better. It's still not flat. I think it was because I added a lot of water to this one. All right. I'm trying to line this up so I have yellow there. All right. Now, let's see. I'm debating about something. I don't know how much. All right, I don't have any in that one. There's some. I'm going to try this. And I'm just doing the outline of the petals. And I'm not worried about those pieces on the outside. Let me switch off. Sometimes you have to switch off. Especially if you're using a lot of ink. And I'm going to do this one and this one and that one. That one's not showing up anymore. Switch off to the next one. You can refill the tips of these, but all right, I'm going to go to my other one here. All right, we'll go from there. All right, now, for the next one, you need PVA glue. I have notepad glue that I've had for years, and this is a PVA glue. So you put some down, and then this time, I'm going to mix in some gold. You can stop there. In fact, woohoo, that's full. All right, see, if you have a marker that shows up better, you would have a nice outline, and you could stop there. Just, you have to have a marker. Do I have any other red? I've got like a bunch of red that might have more in it. Let's see. I'll trace over it again. All right, let's go to this one. Oh, wait a minute. Where's my other markers? Oh, pooh, they don't have a red. It's a magenta. I thought they had a red, but they don't. But if you have, the other thing you can do, I don't know how it would react, is to take and put down re-inker and dip your tips in. All right, now I'm going to mix this up. And PVA glue will dry clear also. But this time I'm going to put on a very thin layer. Maybe. All right. I'm trying to move my hand to hold the stencil down flat. All right, there we go. Let me see if I can put that down. All right, let me take and wipe this off, and I'm going to throw it in the water when I take that in. I will wipe this off. I should have wiped the other one off some too beforehand. I don't know how that glitters. I'm going to have to be very careful. I put it in my sink, and I probably shouldn't have. All right, now I got to take this off. There. Yeah, that one may not work out as well as I would have liked. Let me put this down here and wipe this off, because this is glue and I want to get that glitter out. That's the one thing I need to get. I need to get a pan up here to use to wipe this off. Glitter going down my drain probably isn't a good idea. All right. I'll clean that off with alcohol. All right, let me throw this in water. All right, I cleaned everything off. I'm gonna take and put a paper towel in there over the drain. Okay, the glitter is settling, so I'll be able to wipe it out. All right, so there's that. Now when that dries, it'll dry clear. I probably shouldn't have done those. There's where the issue was. If I'd just done the flower and left those other pieces, it would have been all right. And this one is almost dry. Let me try something. Let's see. All I can do is mess it up, right? All right. Rinse this off. Let me dry it. All right. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I'm going to take the light purple. And I'm just going to kind of go over it. Just to kind of give you the outline more. All right, let's see if I can open the blue one up. Man, this one is hard. Oh, there it comes. Finally. I'm going to do the blue down here. I'll add touches of blue. You know, all I can do is see what happens. All right. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. I'm glad I tried it. You see a little bit more of the outline now. Let's see if that's going to stay on there. Yeah, I didn't know if it would come off because it was on top of the paste. That's not bad now. Can you see? It is sparkly. It's thicker in spots than others. I'm trying to see if I can get the glitter to show. Let's see, did that work? Ooh, you can kind of see it. Let me pull it a little closer. Let's see. There you go. Now you can see the glitter. So that one will make a fun card. This one I'm not too certain about. I think if I hadn't done those outer pieces, it would have been fine. I don't know if I can take those off. Let me see. Let me get my brush and my palette knife. Let me see if I can scrape it off. I'll get a paper towel. See if I can. Oh, that's dry already. If I take some of it off. All right, see, this one is really thick. It'll leave the outline. Now that doesn't look too bad either, because I took some of it away. It's really thick right there. Yeah. We'll wait and see what happens. That's all you can do, you know? Try and see. So both of those have to dry. I've done a lot lately that has to dry, and I don't get a finished card, but not much I can do about it. But at least I've given you the idea. All right, I'm going to flip this around. If you get dizzy, close your eyes, and we'll see what happens. I should have done that differently. Okay, now you can, wait a minute, hold on. I gotta adjust it a little higher. All right. Now you can open your eyes. Okay. Looks like, hi Jean, I didn't see you come in. You didn't pop up. If you don't say anything, I don't always see who's watching. I hope you like these ideas. I like this one. I really do. I like the way it turned out. This one I'm going to hold off until it dries and see what happens. That's all I can do. I mean, this one, I don't know if it was the glitter made the glue too chunky and didn't spread smoothly or what. Oh, my camera's going down. Sorry. All right, I think it's saying it's time to get off of here. All right, ladies, thanks for coming in. I'll be back next Saturday, so join me. You never know what I'm going to do. It depends on what I find just surfing the internet. Have a great weekend. Bye.